Hi everyone, welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Today I'll be cooking an incredibly delicious Southeast Asian dessert called Bubur chacha. Bubur means porridge in Malay and chacha means abundance. When I was growing up in Penang, I always looked forward to enjoying bubur chacha, a dish synonymous with unity and happiness in abundance. This joyful dish is made from colorful tapioca starch jellies, a medley of taro and sweet potatoes served with an incredibly fragrant and delicious pandan flavored and sweetened coconut milk. This dessert is perfect for family gathering whereby you need to feed a crowd. Come along with me to see how bubur chacha is prepared. First of all, step 1, cooking the taro and sweet potatoes. The taro looks something like this, whitish purplish. I also have 3 colors for the sweet potatoes, namely the orange colored one, the purple colored one, and also the yellow colored one. So we need to take out the skin of all these root vegetables and then cut it into 1.5 cm cubes. Try not to cut it too small as it might disintegrate during the cooking process. We still want to see the chunks of cubes in our bubur chacha later on when we assemble. You can cut any shape of your choice. If instead of cubes you might want to cut diamond shape or some other shape, you can do so, but keep it to about this size. Okay, so this will be our yam. Then put it in a steamer plate. And we are going to carry on cutting for the other 3 sweet potatoes. So here I have soaked my peeled sweet potatoes in water to prevent oxidation, which causes it to turn brown or black. So while you are waiting, so you can actually soak it. So then you also cut it to 1.5 cm cube. So try to cut all these root vegetables to be about the same size so that they will steam in the same amount of time. Okay, then do the same for the orange sweet potatoes. So you can actually put any amount. If you prefer orange ones, you can put more of that. Since I like taro more, so I put a little bit more taro. So this one is the yellow sweet potato, also 1.5 cm cube. So put all these in the steaming pan and then top it with pandan leaves, which I've cut into sections. This pandan leaves will impart an amazing aroma and fragrance to our bubur chacha. It is called the Asian vanilla. So we need to steam our potatoes for about 15 to 20 minutes over high heat. Do not overcook these root vegetables as they will become mushy. Then 15 minutes later, we can test and see whether they are cooked by using a fork to gently pierce a piece of each type of root vegetable. If it easily gives way, it is ready. So now we go to step 2, making the starch jelly. For the starch jelly, we only need 2 ingredients, namely tapioca flour, 200 grams of it, and we also need to pour in very hot water. This hot water is necessary because we want hot water to cause the starch granule to swell and burst rapidly, leading to a thick gel-like consistency due to the gelatinization process. If cold water is added, it will simply disperse as a cloudy mixture. So remember to pour in hot water. Then it will look something like this. Then once it is cool and safe to touch, after all the mixing, so it will be cooled very rapidly. So we can go in with our hand and then gather all the dry flour so that they come together as a dough. So we just pick it around, so that they all stick together to form a dough. Then we are going to knead the dough for 1 or 2 minutes on the countertop to ensure that everything is evenly distributed. So just like that, so roll it around and then you can see that it is now quite even. Then cut it into two. I'm going to put one color, green, on one dough, and the other one is red. You can put any color, yeah, your favorite color. So my favorite color is red and green, which is also a traditional color for bubur chacha. Then pour in a 1/4 teaspoon of green food coloring for the left dough, and then engulf the coloring. Yep, so engulf it like that. Then press, knead and fold a few times until the dough is evenly colored. Yep, so after a couple of minutes, you can see that it will turn, on its way to turn green. Yeah, so eventually the whole dough will be evenly green colored, something like this. Okay, right. So now you do the same for the red colored dough. Yep, so after all the kneading, folding, then it will look something like this. Nice, even colored red dough. So take one, cut it into 4, and we are going to roll it into a cylinder, a long tube. So before we do that, generously dust it with our tapioca starch flour. Okay, so then flatten it, and then I want to cut it into triangles. Yeah, you can cut it into any shape. You can cut it into diamond shape. You can cut it into circular shape, beady shape. So it is just up to you. Yeah, what is your preferred shape? So but remember to cut it into the same size, so that they cook within the same amount of time. So here we go. Then do the same thing for the red one. So I cut it also into triangular shape. So the thing is that the cut surfaces tend to stick together, so we need to dust it generously with the tapioca starch flour. Okay, so once we have done that, you put it together, and then we are going to boil it. So to boil this, we need a lot of water, just like cooking pasta. We need a huge amount of water. So I have got about 3 liters of water here, boiling rapidly. So we're going to separate the jelly and then slowly drop it into the boiling water. So our plan is to boil it for about 4 minutes or until the pieces float to the bottom. So you'll know when it is ready. When you see them all rising to the top, then you know that it is ready. So prior to that, you can also stir it to prevent these pieces from sticking to the bottom of our pot. So can you see that they are all rising to the top? Yeah. So at this point, we are going to scoop it out and then plunge it into cold water to prevent further cooking and to prevent the pieces from sticking together. Yeah, just like that. Yep, so it'll look nice, bright and vibrant red color. So we are going to do the same for the green color as well. So as soon as you see them, rising happily to the top, dancing on top, so you know that they are ready. So take them out and plunge it into the cold water that we have prepared just now. Okay. Nice, right? The color, so beautiful. So that's why we can chacha with this jelly put into our bubur chacha. Okay, so if you do not want to make these starch jellies, you can actually buy them from the supermarket. They are very reasonably priced. On the package, it says Bubur Chacha Crystal Cubes. It comes in a variety of colors like white, yellow, green, and red. Yep. So they are cut into cubes. Yeah. So it really saves you a lot of time if you can get these. But if you can't, of course, you can make it. Yeah. So then the third step is to cook the soup. So for cooking the soup, you need to put in 600 milliliters of water, rock sugar, 4 pandan knotted leaves, and also a bit of salt. So over medium-high heat, you're going to boil it until the sugar dissolves. So once the sugar has dissolved, turn the heat down to medium-low before adding coconut cream. Do not overboil the coconut soup. Stir and simmer gently while cooking. Overboiling causes the coconut milk to separate and curdle, with the fat rising to the top and the liquid becoming watery, resulting in a grainy texture which will significantly diminish the coconut flavor. So we are just going to slowly simmer it until we see a little bit of bubbles coming to the top, and then we can see some steam wafting from the surface. So we know that we have to turn off the heat and our soup is ready. So we can serve bubur chacha either hot or chilled. When served hot, we need to add a scoop of each root vegetable. Add the amount of each according to your preference. Then add the starch jellies. Heat up the coconut soup and scoop a few ladles until it comes to about 2/3 of the ingredients, allowing the colorful ingredients to peek out at the top. If you prefer the chilled version, though, you can allow all the ingredients to come to room temperature before chilling. Chill them separately. If the root vegetables are combined with the coconut soup while chilling, the mixture tends to become starchy. So remember to chill them separately, then assemble as per normal. Bubur chacha can typically last for up to 5 days when stored in airtight container in the refrigerator. When serving, reheat gently in the stovetop or microwave, adding a little extra coconut milk if needed to loosen the consistency. Do give this dessert a try someday. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, happy cooking!